Do you really need to be taking vitamins as a cancer survivor, or are they just draining your wallet? Everyone from your cousin to your favorite influencers online seem to be pushing supplements these days. One says vitamin D is the best for preventing cancer, another swears by probiotics, and everyone seems to be into these green powders that cost $70 a month. So amidst all the noise, obviously it can be really hard to know which supplements, if any, are even necessary. So in this video, I'm going over 3 key factors that will help you figure that out. We'll talk about when supplements are helpful, which are most important for cancer survivors, and how to know if you're truly deficient in anything. So let's jump right in. The first determining factor is whether you're currently on cancer treatment, you've recently finished, or you finished treatment long ago. This makes a big difference. As you may know, some vitamins, especially antioxidants like vitamin C, can interfere with treatments like chemo or radiation. But once treatment is over, taking certain vitamins can actually help you to heal faster and help to keep your cancer in remission. And yet, sadly, nobody hands you a recovery guide, do they? They give you a bell to ring, not a meal plan, and definitely not a supplement guide. But it's no secret that cancer treatments make you deficient in some really important things like vitamin D, iron, or magnesium, just to name a few. And I know a lot of people expect to feel like their old selves again when they finish treatment, but instead they find themselves exhausted and have brain fog and wonder if they should start taking certain vitamins. But even months after finishing cancer treatment, your body may still be running on empty. So that's when you may need certain vitamins the most. And I will get into which ones are most important in just a minute. But if you're thinking, well, I finished cancer treatment years ago, so how do I know if I still need to take vitamins? Well, that's where the second determining factor comes in, your diet. Hands down, the best way to get nutrients in is through food. But if you don't eat a balanced diet every day, it's actually pretty easy to become deficient in certain nutrients. I know some people are really good at making sure they get in a variety of different colorful whole foods and put a bit of everything on their plate. So if that's you, you may not need supplements. But most people don't have a perfect diet, especially if you have allergies, food restrictions, or a busy life. Over 90% of Americans don't eat enough fruits and vegetables to get the nutrients they need. And it's not just vitamins that you get from fruits and veggies, it's also antioxidants, enzymes, and fiber. So when your diet isn't cutting it, that's when you start to feel tired, constipated, have brain fog, and a weakened immune system. And long term, this leads to even more serious health problems, like heart disease or high blood pressure or cancer. If you don't eat enough fruits and veggies, inevitably you're low in certain things like folate, magnesium, or vitamin C, and your gut health struggles, your energy dips, and your immune system just can't keep up. And this is especially true if you're not eating enough antioxidant-rich ones like berries or spinach or citrus fruits. Now, on the other hand, if you're vegan or vegetarian or even pescatarian, you may be eating enough veggies, but then it's easy to become deficient in things like vitamin B12 or iron and omega-3s, which mostly come from animal products. So that's another reason your body may need more support from supplements. However, before you start taking any vitamins, the third thing you need to consider is what you're actually deficient in, and if it's because of your diet or an underlying health issue. Let's say you are eating really well, but you're still not feeling great. Your body may not be absorbing the nutrients from the food you're eating properly. And this is especially common if you've had chemo or radiation, surgery to your digestive tract, or if you have health conditions like Crohn's disease or IBS or leaky gut syndrome. Then the lining of your gut may be damaged. And this means even if you're eating nutrient-rich foods, your body may not be able to absorb what it needs. And in that case, supplements aren't just helpful, they're essential. Okay, so now that you know when supplements are most helpful, how do you know what you're deficient in, if anything? Blood work. Ask your doctor to test you for vitamin deficiencies. Typically, it's not something they'll routinely do, so you may have to request it, but trust me, it's worth it. Otherwise, you're just guessing in the dark. And that's one of the reasons you hear some people say that supplements are a waste of money. Your body only absorbs what it needs, so if you're not deficient in something, it'll just get flushed out when you pee. But another reason some people say this is because, unfortunately, supplements aren't regulated like prescription drugs are. That means some supplements actually contain a lot of junk fillers, and you may not even be getting exactly what's on the label. So at the end of the day, if you're like most people and you don't have a perfect diet, and you're not eating 3 balanced meals a day with different fruits and veggies and whole grains and proteins, well, that's where supplements can really fill in the gaps. So let's go over 5 nutrient deficiencies I see in most cancer survivors and why being deficient in them could explain how you're feeling. First and foremost, vitamin D3. Low vitamin D is basically universal after cancer. So if you're feeling more tired than usual or like your muscles are weak, it could very well be because of a vitamin D deficiency. In fact, around 42% of all adults in the US are deficient in it, mainly because they don't eat enough vitamin D-rich foods or get enough sun. And vitamin D is crucial for so many things: your immune system, your bones, your mood, and for preventing cancer recurrence. Numerous studies have shown that groups of people with high vitamin D levels have lower cancer rates, especially breast and colon cancer. Now, salmon is one of the best sources of vitamin D, so if you can, try to have it at least once or twice a week. Okay, number 2, B vitamins, especially B12 and B9, aka folate. Again, these are vital for a ton of different things like your energy. They help you think, they help you make red blood cells, and they help to prevent cancer by fixing DNA damage. But being deficient in these B vitamins can make you feel really drained. Like you wake up tired, drag yourself throughout the day, and you feel like your brain won't fully switch on, so you're feeling foggy or forgetful. But studies have shown that low folate, or B9 in particular, raises the risk of recurrence in certain types of cancer. So that's why this one really deserves some attention. Okay, number 3, magnesium. This is one of the most underrated minerals, and it gets depleted especially fast when your body's under stress. And I mean, who doesn't have stress in their lives? But magnesium plays a role in over 300 different reactions in the body. How you sleep, how you feel, and how your muscles function, for example. So as you can imagine, when your magnesium levels are running low, you might have trouble sleeping, you might get muscle cramps or twitches, or you might feel more anxious or irritable than usual. Oh, and constipation is another unfortunate side effect. So if this sounds familiar, taking a magnesium supplement can be like a calming presence your body needs. It can actually make a noticeable difference fast. Now, if I'm losing you, you'll want to pay attention because I still have 2 more really important ones for you. Number 4 is zinc. This one often gets forgotten, but it's essential after cancer treatment. It supports your immune system, it can help you heal faster, and it can even help with your sense of taste and smell. So being deficient in zinc can explain why your food still may taste a little off, even months after finishing chemo. But it's very common to be low in zinc after treatment, so this is an important one to be tested for. And last but not least, number 5 is iron. Your body needs iron to make red blood cells, which carry oxygen throughout your body. So if your iron is low, you'll likely feel cold, weak, tired, and maybe even short of breath. But this is a tricky one. Iron supplements are not for everyone. Do not DIY iron supplements. You have to ask your doctor first. Some types of cancer actually thrive on iron. They have an increased iron dependency or iron accumulation. So taking iron supplements before checking your blood levels first can be very risky. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't be writing off any symptoms and just thinking it's your new normal, like low energy, brain fog, or weird digestion. These are clues that your body's sending out for help. And even if you're not struggling with fatigue or other symptoms, it's still always a good idea to have your vitamin levels checked, because having healthy amounts of these nutrients in your body can help to lower your cancer risk or prevent it from coming back. Vitamins aren't magic, but they can help you feel better. Can they replace a healthy diet? No. But can they speed up your recovery from treatment and lower your risk of cancer recurrence? Absolutely. So certain supplements are definitely necessary, but not because they're trendy, but because your body deserves every bit of support you can give it. Speaking of which, I'm leaving you with another important video to watch next on how to boost your immune system to fight cancer. Bye for now.